I've
Lift it up slowly.
You want me to lift it up?
I've finally made it through a full week of the Wrestling Rundown.
Huzzah!
To get to the final show of the week, it's time for the Smackdown Rundown.
Wait. Yes. Don't adjust your YouTube settings because it probably wouldn't help anyway. But yes, Thomas Wolfe has made it through an entire episode of the Wrestling Rundown.
Wait, is there a setting to block me? I really hope not.
Is that why you haven't been...
There's just a block Thomas Wolfe setting
Yeah,
on any video.
right.
Is that why you haven't been here?
Maybe.
It's a very specific setting.
Yeah.
I think if you push the keys 711, it'll block Thomas Wolfe from videos.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. See what happens.
Maybe.
So
Pause. Does something happen if you push 711?
No,
No.
7-11.
711.
Oh,
Okay, blocks Thomas Wolfe.
okay. That I didn't get it.
I almost said the 7 and the 11 key. But
Yeah.
before I said, I was like, oh, there's no...
It could be F11.
7
F7 and F11.
and 1.
F7, F11.
Yeah.
And if you hit F5, fuck you.
Stop watching our videos.
Yeah. Alright.
So we're going to do SmackDown the same way we do Raw. We're going to run through the...
That's what we did last week.
run through results, and then we will talk about it.
We're going to do...
We had the return of Ziggler, Ryback, and Rowan to the show since they were rehired this past week.
Yay!
We had Dolph Ziggler defeat Bad News Barrett. We had Ryback defeat
Yeah.
Rusev. Brie Bella defeated Naomi. We had a couple people pick their Royal Rumble numbers. Luke Harper defeated Eric Rowan. The Moneymakers and the Usos had a little backstage situation going on. And then we had Daniel Bryan defeat Kane in the main event.
No DQ match.
Yeah, which I was not aware of until the show started.
And that makes one of us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they announced it somewhere, and I think I'm...
See, I don't remember, because we watched the main event and they brought up the thing and it didn't say no disqualification.
Yeah.
It's just that if Daniel Bryan lost, he wouldn't be
Yeah.
in the Rumble.
No, they announced it somewhere, but they didn't, make a big announcement of it.
No.
It was just like,
Eh.
and now it's a no DQ match.
It did kind of add to it. It was cool. But we opened the show. Daniel Bryan's talking about how the Authority sucks and how
dick.
they keep putting roadblocks in people's way.
Dick
But
blocks.
he didn't want to sit out there and gripe.
Cock block.
He didn't want to sit out there and gripe.
Cock blocked and ready to go.
He brought Rowan, Ryback, and Ziggler, and they all got to say their piece.
The Authority's a dick.
Rowan can now speak in full sentences.
About dicks.
He had time to think. He had 2 weeks to
Piece it together.
to work on sentence structure.
Alright. Subject and predicate and stuff.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well.
Well, he's supposed to be a genius.
Yeah, just he's a little slow.
Ziggler's still on his for the people.
You were
shtick.
so pissed.
Yeah,
He was doing
I
so
agree.
good, and then he.
There's the each and every one of you line.
Ziggler, you need to be cocky again, unless John Cena light.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think you're gonna get your wish, unfortunately.
But it's where Ziggler's excels.
Mm.
He's more believable as the, you know what, I'm the best and you gotta deal with it, than I'm fighting for the people.
Well, yeah, we liked him because he was the show off, not
Yeah.
because he was, the up and coming Boy Scout. We don't give a fuck
No.
if we appreciate what you do. You don't have to
Yeah, we really appreciate when you steal the show and our girlfriends.
He's not lying.
Both
Yeah.
page.
That's what it is. But then the Authority comes out and they start talking some trash. Seth Rollins saying his usual blah blah blah. I'm gonna beat John Cena and Brock Lesnar.
Dicks.
And then we had
Yes.
a moment where we had both Kane and Big Show talking in high squeaky voices, which is just
Kind of creepy.
just strong.
Coming from the giant bald guys.
Yeah. But Kane ends up making qualifying matches for Ryback, Rowan, and Ziggler.
Yeah.
They have to win if they want to be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, those matches we just listed. Rewind the video if you want.
Yeah. And our first one was Bad News Barrett taking on Dolph Ziggler.
This was a fun match.
It was my favorite match of the night, I think.
Yeah,
actually.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to their rematch for the Intercontinental title, which will probably be happening maybe at Fastlane?
Maybe. I'm not so much a fan of the trend of booking the Intercontinental Champion to lose all the time. That baffles me.
He only wins when the title's on the line.
Yeah. Which is
when it that's when it matters, though.
Yeah, but
that's the point.
And I guess that's more than could have been said for Dolph Ziggler's reign, where he only won when it was a rematch for the title he just lost.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, the only way Dolph Ziggler would lose it is if the deck was completely stacked against him.
Yeah.
It's the only way that he could lose the title, which I guess in a way makes you look strong.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
this had a really cool ending.
Yeah.
Bad News
Drop
Barrett
kicked the bullhammer.
Yeah. Why hasn't anyone
He drop kicked that bull right in his hammer.
Yeah. And that drop kicking the bullhammer causes Bad News Barrett to swing around.
Because his elbow probably hurt really bad.
Ziggler has been selling his arm, so he actually does a one-arm zigzag.
Yeah.
And then gets the pin on Barrett, so he qualifies. He's able to be in the Royal Rumble on Sunday.
Yay! He's my second pick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I conformed.
Okay.
D-Bry.
All right.
D-Bry.
Then we had
Shake and bake.
our second qualifier. We had Ryback taking on Rusev. Ryback.
I thought
Ryback was whooping the shit out of Rusev.
Yeah.
And also just carelessly tossing him around.
Yeah.
Like
If
I'm dumb as fuck.
there's the CM Punk side of the story where
to join in the bandwagon.
Yeah. There's the CM Punk side of the story where Ryback's dumb as fuck and Punk confronted him about it. Then there's the Ryback side of the story where Ryback's like...
your hand on the screen.
Yeah. Where Ryback's like, oh...
It's why it's getting closer to me.
That didn't happen. Why would they still book me if I'm so dangerous? And then you watch this match where he fucking...
That
suplex. Rusev's ankled onto the top rope.
Yeah.
For one.
And then that was really there were a couple times where he slammed him. I'm like, Rusev looks like he's getting so pissed.
Yeah.
He just fucking wants to hurt
Which,
Ryback.
I mean...
And Ryback is getting blown up towards the end of this match, too.
Yeah, it's losing his
Well, there was
balance
another
every time.
time... Yeah, there was another big one that I remember. I don't remember the exact spot, but I remember there was another time in the match where I tried to lift him up, and I was like...
It was... Rusev was trying to put the accolade on him.
Oh, yeah.
And then he stood up with it, and instead of throwing him back, he almost judo hip tossed him off, but spun with... It was just fucking... It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryback ends up getting the win via countout.
Of course.
So we don't get a pinfall or submission on Rusev, but they're fighting on the outside.
Dear God, it's going to be all the way to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
Of course it will.
Next year.
Don't say that. Fuck. Rusev needs to lose.
He lost to Ryback just now.
He needs to get pinned, or he needs to tap out or something.
By John Cena.
At next WrestleMania. After John Cena wins the title from Brock Lesnar at the Rumble, keeps it all the way till next year's WrestleMania, and Rusev wins next year's Royal Rumble.
No, then they unify the U.S. and world title.
Because the U.S. is part of the world.
Yeah.
And then on our third qualifier match, we had Eric Rowan actually lose to Luke Harper.
Yeah.
That was the surprise of the night, I think. The shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah, shocker, but in retrospect, it made sense.
Yeah, you were saying that we had to have that believability that Daniel Bryan could lose the main event and be out of the Rumble as well. Yeah.
And I felt like it would be too Disney story, happily ever after, if all three reinstated guys also got to qualify for the Royal Rumble. Like,
Yeah.
too cliche, too everyone knew it would happen kind of thing.
I do kind of feel bad for Rowan though, because like he is the one that people give the least shit about.
Yeah.
As far as the three guys that just came back, and he, rather than giving us a bigger shocker like, oh my god, Dolph Ziggler can't be in Royal Rumble, they're like, next year, Rowan.
Yeah, instead of say booking your, powerhouse, unstoppable, badass heel to have the clean victory, you have him lose by countout, and then you have the face that's like, we don't have anything to do. We don't really know where to take you, so
You just gotta lose.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it was
I have
it
a
was
feeling
solid
they're
match,
up
though.
to something with this though.
Yeah.
I have a feeling at some point during the Rumble pay-per-view, there's going to be some sort of backstage something or other that has to do with Rowan that will let us know where he's going.
Do you think he'll end up like maybe taking someone's spot in the Rumble? Because there it tends to happen every couple of years. Someone gets attacked and it's like, oh well, fine, you take his.
I don't think so.
No.
No, but I think there will be some sort of backstage confrontation,
Yeah.
or whatnot. And don't put it past WWE to throw in a match that's unannounced.
Yeah.
It's happened
True.
before.
Very true.
Eric Rowan versus the Bunny.
God no.
As long as it's not
Okay, it's the
tied
Bunny
to-
versus Eric Rowan.
No. So speaking of the Rumble, we had Fandango and Dust to Dust both have different segments where they pick their Royal Rumble numbers.
right out of that Tumblr.
Which should have happened on this stupid fucking Santino thing.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Waste of time that was.
Yeah, that's a waste of fucking network space. Get that shit off. We had Fandango pick his number. He was so happy about his number that he had to make out with Rosa. And while he's doing that, we see the taped up hand of Dean Ambrose come in, take out a number, and go. Kind of pans over. He sees that they're distracted. He's like, Fandango's got a better number. Leaves his number that he picked for Fandango, and he takes off.
Yeah, and there's like a ref watching this whole time. Like, the official designated to like keep track of this whole thing. I'm assuming make sure everything's legit. Just watches this happen and it's fucking nothing.
My guess is off screen when we couldn't see. Dean Ambrose just went
I think the ref is just
afraid.
First he's afraid of Dean Ambrose. Second, he's just like, oh, this is gonna be funny as fuck.
Yeah,
Maybe he was concerned with watching Rosa and Fandango make out.
Yeah,
He wanted to be there in case one of them tapped out.
maybe. But like, I don't know. You don't have to say anything to Dean Ambrose. Just like maybe tell the authority. Also,
You're gonna tell the dicks?
I'm not, but maybe someone who's employed by them to do a certain job should like.
Do their certain job.
Yeah.
It's
You know what happened to the drummer?
Yeah.
Also, part 2 of this is like, this was filmed. They have fucking evidence of this.
Yeah. You could like record it and then like, tweet it to the authority
Yeah.
in GIF form.
Point is, that ref is bad at his job.
Yeah. He should go the way of the drummer.
And then we had Goldust Stardust doing a promo with each other and against each other.
Yeah.
Almost. They both picked their numbers, and then they made sure to let us know that it was every man for himself,
Yeah.
and it was every man for himself. Hiss. They made noises at each other. I didn't understand why Stardust had to reiterate what Goldust said.
Because he's Stardust.
Yeah. Just
But-
does things.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah.
We had.
Stardust is cool. That's.
Yeah. All right. We had an interesting backstage segment where we had Miz and Mizdow talking. Mizdow getting a pumpkin spice latte for the Miz.
Just the way he likes it.
And they're talking about, Miz was still pissed off at Mizdow for doing the whole DX bit on Raw, acting as X-Pac.
We called it the click.
Yeah. The way he said the click was hilarious. I don't know what it was. Just the inflection in his voice was hilarious. But Sandow's like, well, the crowd liked it, and this is like, oh, you're insinuating that the crowd likes you? They're never cheering for you. They don't like you. And so he takes off, leaving Mizdow by himself, and then the Usos come up and talk to him and be like, hey,
and they're like,
they're pretty much just letting him know, hey, you don't have to be a stunt double in the Rumble. You are in the Rumble. Just, work for yourself.
The Rumble can make you a star.
Yeah.
So
my prediction, bonus points for this one, if it happens,
alright,
is that Miz is going to get tossed out, and he's going to be like, Mizdow, eliminate yourself. Do it. You're my double. And he's going to, think about it really hard and not do it. Turn around. Both the Usos are going to be there, double super kicked over the top rope.
My prediction nulls that. Because I don't think the Usos are going to be in the Rumble.
that I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Let's wait and see. And then we had...
Fine, then the Bella Twins.
I would laugh if the Bella Twins double super kicked anybody.
Double super slap.
Speaking of the Bella Twins...
Double super soaker.
Speaking of the Bella
Double
Twins,
Super Saiyan.
they'd be making their way to the ring. Brie Bella would be going one-on-one with Naomi. Paige and Natalya are at commentary, talking about the tag team match that they're going to be having this Sunday at the Rumble. This match was okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't too into it.
I remember Paige's commentary more than the match itself.
Paige and Natalya, they were, pseudo, passive-aggressively fighting with each other on commentary while also trying to act like a team.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. Brie ends up getting the win over Naomi. And there wasn't... I was almost expecting, a big altercation at the end, but it was just not...
A little altercation.
And there was a stare down. That's about it. There wasn't...
Yeah. Friggin' the Bellas put their arms over each other's shoulders, and so Paige and I said, yeah, we can do that too.
Yeah.
I think the best part was when Paige told Natty that her husband was an idiot.
Yeah.
And then Paige is Natty goes, what?
Excuse
me? And, yeah, it was just...
in the sweetest way possible.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
We had an interesting Luke Harper promo before his match with Rowan.
I felt like if you dissect it sentence for sentence, you can pull each one of those lines out of a movie.
Probably.
I would not be surprised. It did, he had me hooked for a certain part of it, and then I think he went longer than he should have, and then it just got convoluted with just a bunch of random thoughts, and I was just like, okay, now I'm lost. Now I don't care anymore.
Luke Harper thought the camera stopped rolling at
He
one
was just
point,
talking.
so he was just saying random shit.
It's a favorite movie quotes.
And they're like, all right, cut. And he's like, wait, what? No, I was done.
I was already done 30 seconds ago.
Did you record that whole thing? Yeah, we told you.
Yep, it's already airing.
Yeah, can we shoot it again? No, it's live.
It's live, pre-recorded Smackdown.
Well, it's live in the arena. Is what I meant.
Yeah. And then our last little backstage segment before our main event, we had Kane asking Seth Rollins if he could borrow J&J security.
And at first, Seth was hesitant.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, I see what you're doing here. So
And,
yeah, go ahead and
why was he hesitant?
because he probably doesn't want anything to happen to J&J before the Rumble.
I guess, but
He wants them in
to do what though?
to be a distraction to Brock Lesnar.
I never really thought about it until just now. But Seth Rollins having J&J security...
Yeah,
Could be a thing.
Yeah,
the Rumble.
maybe. But I don't
Could be
know.
a thing.
Especially with SmackDown technically being
I
3 days away from the Rumble.
Yeah,
So
Holy crap, Rumble's close.
yeah, it is.
yeah. We should do predictions.
Schneiggies.
Yeah.
How about the next video?
All right.
Sweet.
But then in our
Let me check. Yeah.
all right, cool.
Okay.
But then in our
Look
main
to the
event, we
future.
did have a no disqualification match. Kane had J&J security in his corner. Daniel Bryan was all by himself, but Daniel Bryan fucking pulled it out.
Of course he did.
He wasn't all by himself. He had the entire yes movement.
And
This is true.
a kendo stick.
A
Kane
kendo
does
stick.
Yeah.
Singapore Kane.
Yeah, this was. It was fun watching Daniel Bryan try and fight off all three.
Yeah, it's always fun watching Daniel Bryan do his thing.
And you know, we talked about it last week. It's so nice to see him back in the fold.
Yeah.
Like, he definitely has filled a void that WWE has not been able to fill very well. They've tried with Dean Ambrose just to kind of have that fast pace, just like
Yeah.
almost the craziness. He's done a good job of doing his own brand, but it was always something missing.
Yeah.
And Daniel Bryan has finally put that piece back together, and it's really cool to see. He ends up making gets rid of J&J and hit the Aberdeen facebuster
Yeah.
on Kane after Kane ran into a chair that was set up in the turnbuckle. But then, as soon as he wins the match, then J&J get back in, and they start beating up on Daniel Bryan, and then we get the
Shigbo.
yeah. Was it Big Show?
It's Big Show by himself.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. So it was the Authority beatdown. Then we got like
Big Show. And then we got
the first wave of faces.
Ryback.
Yeah, we had
Ryback, Rowan, and Ziggler.
those dudes.
But they were quickly followed up by like
The newbies.
Tyson Kidd, Cesaro, and Titus O'Neil, and
Yeah.
somebody else. And then they were followed out by the rest of the friggin' roster.
Yeah.
yeah,
Which I'm pretty sure there was like more than 30 people involved.
way
in that.
more than 30 people.
Yeah.
And then
But-
Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns got their own entrances into this.
Yeah, they're the
fight.
only two that got music out of
Yeah.
the whole thing.
And Bray Wyatt conspicuous by his absence.
Yeah. Interesting note on that. Possibly. Potentially.
The fuck were
Or-
you?
Or maybe by interesting I mean boring.
I was kind of thinking
He
like
was-
towards the end the lights would go out and come back on. Bray Wyatt would be like already in there spidering in between everybody.
Yeah.
He should have just been like up on the ramp, just chilling,
Yeah.
just watching the chaos
In a
happen.
new rocking chair.
Brand new rocking chair.
From
Um,
Ikea.
Yeah, and then we're left with the really awkward end.
The awkward stare down. We're just like
We have Kane and Big Show standing on the outside of the ropes. We have Ambrose and Reigns on one side, and then we've got Ryback, Ziggler, and Daniel Bryan over here, and it's just kind of like a 7-person stare down. Like,
yeah.
And,
who's gonna make-
some people look afraid.
Right. It was
And other
supposed to
people
look
look angry.
really intense, but it more looked like everyone simultaneously forgot what to do next. So they're like, fuck.
they're almost
Fuck, 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 fuck.
they're almost. It was like they're waiting for like to hear that commentary cue from Michael Colt. These are the last entrants in the Royal Rumble. They're like, no, we still got a couple days.
Well,
Shuffle.
literally they were waiting for Teddy Long to come out and make it to a tag team
Ah,
match, which
Uh,
is probably the dark match main event.
probably.
Big
That's-
Show forgot what to do, and he was starting to panic, and so he started looking around for Cena to punch. Cena wasn't there, so he
Cena was there because it
completely
was
lost.
SmackDown.
I bet the fact that they had like the 5 faces out there, I'm sure that Seth Rollins probably ended up coming out, and maybe J&J, and they did like a 10-man tag for a dark main event that just kind of broke down or whatever. Yeah. an interesting and awkward way to close out the week going into the Royal Rumble. The big brawl was definitely like who's going to fill those last couple spots in the Rumble, because I think we've only got a little over half the Rumble filled up at this one. I think we still have 12 or 13 spots.
What do we got? We've got
Barrett, Ambrose, Reigns,
Wyatt, Swagger is in, Fandango is in, Ambrose. Did we do Ambrose?
Already did Ambrose. Both the Dusts.
Both the Dusts.
2 guys.
Big Show, Kane.
Another 2 guys.
Ryback.
Ziggler.
Ziggler.
Noodle guy.
Daniel Bryan.
Go guy.
So that's 13 there. We're
There's got to be more than
yeah.
Nah, 13 now.
13 man Royal Rumble. Just those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. That's it.
So
Harper.
14.
Truck guy.
Rusev.
That's an easy one.
What?
Russian guy.
He,
Bulgarian guy.
I don't think he.
Undefeated
I don't
guy.
think he's in that much of a hurry. He's not really Russian anyway.
That was it for Smack. That's it for the SmackDown rundown. Yeah, be sure to wait for the next video. We got our Royal Rumble predictions. A lot of tag team matches on this show. All tag team matches except for the triple threat in the Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, it was, it was SmackDown returning to form, so they channeled the spirit of Teddy Long.
I was talking about the Rumble. I wasn't talking about
You're right.
SmackDown. I know I'm right.
I don't know. No, I said you're right. Cut that.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
But the next video is coming up pretty quick.